Okay, so I'm looking at the video that I'm going to put up with the link with Shayna, and can you see what's happening, people? I'm telling you, YouTube is constantly shadow banning my videos. Okay? Constantly.
Be a good kid for the rest of your life. Alright? Yes, we all make choices. But you know what? Some of these choices we can band together and we can take this.
They've interrupted the video where it doesn't even line up
right now,
with my mouth.
We can turn it into a powerhouse. And that's what I'm here to tell you right now. You got to take your energy and you can't throw it away. You got to save it and you got to gather it together and you got to make it turn into something really, really good. Because this girl did not die in vain. Now, it hasn't even been a month, and I went to call Yellowbird's vigil up on 152. Does anyone know about Kyle? All right, there you go. And what was he doing? He was coming home.
See? Look at that. Look at that, people. Look at that. Why? Why my videos? Look at this. They know people are going to leave. They click out. I'm not going to listen and wait. See this?
From a party.
Did you see that?
His own business.
Did you see that?
Down the street. So you young people,
Okay. Here. Let's go to a different video. Here.
More than 20 million people use Grammarly every day.
Being part of the channel. Happy Thursday. Guys,
Do you see
I got
this?
a report
Do you see it lagging?
from Forbes. I
see
checked it
anything?
out, it was sent to me.
Here, let's bring it up.
Then I actually checked it and made a few phone calls to where? Italy. Yes, I called Italy. And I asked
this is just a
questions
comparison
about their $9,000 homes.
Right?
So people waiting on the sidelines, if you have
chances of this lagging
descendants or
are like
countries
nil to none.
like Scotland,
Go back to my video. Turn it back on. It's on, people. There, look.
You
See?
got a lot facing you today.
Do you see?
Can't even walk home from a party without being attacked. So I'm feeling your pain, okay? I'm feeling this young lady's pain. I have a daughter that started with drug addiction when she was 13 years old. She was a
kicking out
methamphetamine addict by the time she was 14. Today, she's injecting heroin. She's 26 years old.
Turn it up. Bring it up.
I can tell you right now, our services out here suck.
They interrupted the video.
She had a baby. She was clean for 28 months. Unfortunately,
do you see how it's like kicking and flashing and right, glitching out, right? It just glitched, right? Right?
We got some problems.
Yeah, we do got some problems, people.
One by one.
Okay, people, so it is February 9th. Yeah. 2021, about 5 minutes after 12. Okay, now what you're looking at, and I'm going to try and keep this real short, people. Like, seriously, I'm having like some serious panic attacks. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I don't have a lot of time to live. I really don't. Nope. Because of this shit. What's going on. Okay? So, to keep this pretty straightforward, remember when I said that we were going to look at my eyes and we were going to look at the eyes of these individuals. Well, tonight we're just going to look at that Doctor Who, Doctor You Know Who. Okay, whatever she is to you. So anyway, this is my pupils. Okay? What you're seeing here, I don't have a lot of time, people, because I'm so busy doing other things, whatever. I'm depressed, you know. can't focus. And when I do, it gets broken because I'm busy with other things and people interrupting me and drama and just the whole 9 yards. So anyway, what you're looking at here, let me do it this way. I should have got a pencil. I didn't. I'm just doing this on the fly. Okay? Obviously, the darker part of that is my pupil. And this is the light reflecting. Okay? So, and you can see here too. Now, I have glaucoma and I have dark spots. Okay? Right? So, I'm just wondering if exposure is picking up on these dark spots. Okay? One eye is worse than the other. Alright. I gotta just kind of try to keep this fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with my eyes first. I guess this is the page. So we'll open it up. We'll just do this fast. In Photo Viewer. Okay, this is a copy and paste. This is where I got my eyes from. One of my videos. BC government bringing in $2,000 fines. Babyface shapeshifter 101. Okay. And then we can go, that's the video. We can go like this. I brought it up. Right? I brought up my eyes. Okay. Now, this here I didn't notice before. I'm noticing this now. Okay. I'm noticing that now. But if you notice here, you can somewhat see my eyes doing that funky shit. Okay, you can kind of see it happening there. And that's because of the light reflecting, because I have a light right next to my right? And I have it on, and my camera sits a little to the left of the light, so when I'm looking into the camera, the light is literally shining in my eyes. So you're going to get the reflection, right? It almost looks like I have a bubble here. If you notice that, though, don't you see that? Do you see? I can kind of see that. So anyway, let's just go on. This is just, I'm just a test subject. Okay, did I take another set of eyes? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. This is a different picture. You can kind of see how the eye reflects from light, right? Okay. It kind of makes me look like I'm one of those individuals. Just because of this, right? It's not as uniform. It's a little bit in here. I can see a little bit, right? But, see, I don't want people to say I'm just picking on people, right? That's why I'm using my eyes. Because I know I'm human, right? I know I'm not spliced and diced with anything. And if I have been, people, it's been without my knowledge in terms of I've been to the hospital, I've given birth to children, and, you know, maybe I got dinged in there with something. Who fucking knows, right? Because these people, well, they're not people. These individuals that screw around with society and doing the things that they've been doing, right? They don't, you know, they do a lot of the shit that they do in the dark, they do behind your back, and they have absolutely no remorse. So anyway, you can kind of see it now. Obviously, the darker part is my iris. I have brown eyes, right? The only reason it looks like this is because there's light reflecting off my eyes. So that's how the pupil works, right? It likes to have its center point, and then I guess it filters out the light, right? Here you can see something is going on with this, right? But here you can kind of see that alien eye, if you want to call it that, okay? We'll call it the alien pupil. The alien pupil, because it kind of goes in with the pupil, right? Here, it's just a little broader, right? You can see. Okay. Now, I've taken it into a different exposure, right? And you can see how the light is reflecting, and you can see what's going on in here. It's taking on a whole different shape. Okay? Right? You can see it's taking on a different shape. right? This is my iris. The white is the light reflecting. In the middle, it would be, right? But you can see, right? You can see. Okay, I don't know. Oh, okay, here we're lightening it now again. So we'll go back. Okay, you can see. And then I'm lightening the photo, changing the exposure. You can see this has nothing really is changed in here, okay? You don't see no shadowing, nothing. You just see a straight up iris with your center point of a pupil reflecting off light, okay? The two dots, the white dots, is the light being reflected back at you, okay? You can see, right? You can see the outline of my eyelids, right? Okay. Right, change the exposure. Okay. Just showing you. And don't forget, I got bad eyes. Okay, so we're going to exit out of that. We're going to exit out of that, and then... hold on. We're going to do this, and I'm going to keep this real short. Try to, anyway. Open with this one. Okay, so there's Doctor Who, Doctor You-Know-Who, whatever she is to you. Okay? Alright, took a picture. Alright, bringing it in. Bringing it in. Now you can see, right? You can see how it starts to... right? You get the two, right? Here her pupils are large again. Sometimes they're very beady and they crisscross with each other as if she was cross-eyed with the pupil looking down or off to the side, and they don't match up. You notice that, right? So anyway, let's look what we're looking at here. You can see how defined this is. This is like an eye within an eye. Okay? And here you can kind of see how there's something over it. It's almost like there's something over it. Same thing with this one in here. Okay, now mind you, this individual's eyes are lighter color, so maybe this is why we're seeing it. However, it just seems to be too uniform. It's an eye within an eye. That's how I see this, okay? Whereas when you look at mine, what you see is you see the pupil, okay? You don't see an eye within an eye. There's a difference. And then, of course, I'm changing the exposure. Okay. Changing the exposure. Now, I should have done this with mine, and one sometime soon. Hopefully I'll get a chance to do it, people. But you want to look at this too, because this makes a difference. Okay, but right now we're just kind of focusing, I guess, on the on this. This pupil is looking down. Just by looking at the way it's looking, you can see. Same thing with this one. It's not looking straight ahead. It's looking more down. Just by the angle that this is on. But do you see how fine this is? This is an eye within an eye. This is not light reflection. This is the reflection right here. This is something else. Okay? Here you can see the light reflection. You can see it a bit over here. Okay? But at the end of the day, it's an eye within an eye. Okay? I don't believe that is an iris with a pupil in it that's functioning correctly. I don't. Okay? You can see it cutting. You can see it cutting in here. You can see it cutting in there. Right? This is reflection of light. This is reflection of light. But this here itself is equal to what this is. This here is not reflection. That is not reflection, people. Okay? Brought it up closer. Okay, you can see under the reflection, it goes like that, in through there, and then like that again. This is reflection, this is not, this is not, that is probably reflection, this is reflection, this is not, this is not. Okay? Do you see how that goes? Do you see the film? Do you see the film? All this. All of it. Covering what's underneath. You can see it. Okay? This is clearly been cut off with something. It's masked. It's masked over with something. It's too uniform. Do you see? This itself is too uniform. Okay, back into the beady eye. This is just highlighting how it's put together. I guess you could say. Bone structure. I don't know. Makeup maybe. Again, can you see that? If this was truly just an iris by itself, this line here, people, would be more defined. Hold on a minute. Wait, I thought it was going on 2 in the morning. It's only 20 minutes after 12. I know I said that when I turned on the computer, but anyway. All right. If the iris, right, was all one color, in terms of, if this in here was the iris. Okay, if all of this was the iris like mine, it wouldn't be as if there's something over it, right? It's too fine cut. And then blend it in. Too fine cut. Do you see how fine cut that is? Okay. Well, this all just kind of blends in together. It's because we're looking at two different layers of, I guess you can say, pigmentation. Right? I don't know how to explain it. Oh, where is this bloody mouse? I'm looking for the mouse, people. Just changing the... I didn't do too many because I don't want to go on with this for too long. Okay, so what we need to do is go back to mine and see the difference. Do you see the difference, people? Do you see the difference, people? Okay. That's my eyes. Reflecting light, which gives the illusion of, no, I don't know, abnormal eyes. Okay? Oops, what did I do? And those are my eyes. I guess I can go back and forth between the two of them, maybe. Okay? I suppose I could try and anyway, I think you can kind of get my drift, right? Now, the other thing is, these individuals here, like seriously people, I feel so unsafe in my province. Yeah, they're going on talking about mass vaccination. Mass. They put the word mass now in front. And they're starting with the elderly, the 80-year-olds. They're starting with the 80-year-olds, right? They're monitoring the adverse effects as they're reporting en masse high numbers of old people dying, mainly in care facilities. And just business as usual, right? Like, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around, people, right? This British Columbia, Canada, is a province of death. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but there's a lot of death in this province. And these individuals, they don't make it any better. They really, really don't. Okay? They got 14,000 views. I didn't watch this today. I'm listening to it now, but it upsets me so much. That's why I'm doing this video. Because I feel like my days are numbered because of these individuals. Okay? Obviously, I thumbed it down because I don't agree with their rhetoric. I really don't. Right? So much so that I'm... Oh, you don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, I'm working on it. So they only got 85 likes out of 14,000 views. And half of them, or maybe even 3/4 of them, are bought and paid for. Right? Because that's how these individuals fucking operate. Right? They disabled comments, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. 3 weeks, 2 weeks, anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks ago, they disabled the comments because they can't deal with people telling them exactly what they think in regards to what these guys are saying. So, versus dealing with the public's concerns, basically, or at least allowing them to vent, they just completely shut off the fucking comments. And this you can take with a grain of salt because anybody can buy thumbs ups, right? They're the ones who control the fucking internet, right? They're the ones that are shadow banning and, all that shit. They can afford to pay for that kind of stuff. So, the point is they've disabled their comments. They're going on like they're doing some great grand thing for the public when they can't even deal with the comments coming in from the public, right? They're scaring the pants off of, I don't know how many millions of people in this province, but I'm pretty sure quite a few, right? I don't think 5.1 million people out of 5.2 million people are complete idiots where they're just not going to be concerned about what these individuals are now mass enforcing. Because they're enforcing everything else. Now they're just bringing in the mass vaccination, which is not a vaccination, people. It's a fucking analog that's got to be pumped into your system through a freaking needle. Right? It's an experimental drug. They don't know what the hell they're doing. Right? They're giving you false information because there's no fact checks to verify what they're saying is to be true. Right? It's just... So anyway. So, I'm trying to be brave, people. I'm not trying to be afraid. But my government really scares me. Okay? Like, really fucking scares me. I have never been mounting scared. Getting, like, more and more and more scared. Because of the shit that I'm listening to. Right? Knowing what I know. Okay? Knowing what I know, people. Alright? I do believe that there's something wrong with these individuals, whether they're freaking cloned, whether they're fucking aliens, whether they're freaking holograms, whether they've been spliced and diced with the CRISPR technology and they like it so much that they want everybody else to have it. I don't know what their issues are. I just know that there's something wrong with them. And for whatever reason, they're in control. Right? And they're bloodthirsty. And they're savages. Literally. That's how I see it. And with an attitude like that, they don't consider me to be their friend. But then, they've never considered me to be their friend, people. I've always been their fucking meal ticket right along with the rest of my family. There's nothing normal about that eye. Okay? That's an eye within an eye. Right? A normal pupil looks like that with a normal iris. Okay? Now that's just one example, right? And I chose myself so nobody can sit up there and say I'm picking on freaking Doctor Who, Dr. Death, Dr. whoever she is to you. Because she's sure in hell not my fucking doctor. I can tell you that right now. Right. But I'm sure she has a lot of doctor friends. Right? Because of that two-tiered society that we live in.